This is The Scoop for Wednesday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. Pinellas County Commissioners approved funding yesterday for a new stadium for the Tampa Bay Rays. The baseball park will be the centerpiece of a mixed-use development. Commissioners voted 5-2 to spend more than $312 million. The money will come from tourist development tax dollars. Commissioners Kathleen Peters, Brian Scott, Janet Long, Renee Flowers, and Charlie Justice voted in favor of the deal. Here is Janet Long.
But to me, this is so much more than a baseball stadium. It is poised to become, if we do it right, a world-class tourist destination and the largest economic opportunity for the entire Tampa Bay region.
Dave Eggers and Chris Latvala voted against it. Here's Latvala.
Some will disagree, and that is fine, but I do not believe that this is adequate use of tax dollars or public funds. I believe and I hope a new deal can be struck that gives better protections to both the taxpayers of St. Petersburg and Pinellas County while also ensuring the Rays stay here for decades to come.
The county says it projects more than $400 million in total economic output. Manatee County Commissioners voted to place a new referendum to raise the tourism tax on the ballot for voter approval during the November general election. The Sarasota Herald Tribune reports that Manatee County Commissioners discussed the matter yesterday. They also approved the purchase of the Triple Oak Preserve. At a community meeting in New Tampa, city leaders talked about the recent string of homicides and issues plaguing the community. Mayor Jane Castor says one area that the city is lacking is transportation. In a community values survey of Tampa residents, Castor says 83% of respondents do not use the bus system and have no intentions of starting. The mayor says that way of thinking has to change.
But also you have to change the culture. Because if you look up in the Northeast, some other areas, riding the bus is a viable form of transportation. When you come down to the South, it's for poor people.
She says many people buy a car as soon as they have enough money and then they don't use public transportation any longer. But she says the younger generations moving into the city without cars will help change that mindset. A third trustee at Florida Polytechnic University has left the board. All three voted against hiring President Devin Stevenson in an April meeting. The Ledger reports that Lane Powell did not seek an additional term on the Board of Trustees. Two other trustees have resigned since that contentious vote. Local artists were left shaken and humiliated after an art curator threw tomato soup on their artwork. WMNF's Chris Young reports that the curator is now speaking out, saying that he doesn't quite know if it was all worth it.
Artist and curator Emiliano Sedicassi was running out of money and on his last dime before he decided to pull a stunt that gained media attention.
I don't know. I'm an artist. All I've known all my life was like artists should take risks. Artists should challenge. That's the word that we all use in our statements. My artwork challenges X, Y, and Z.
The curator gathered works from local artists for what they believe to be a show on American art. On the day of the show, Sedicassi threw tomato soup on their artwork. Various artists posted on social media expressing their outrage of their art being defaced without their knowledge. One even posted a video burning a photo of the curator, Sedicassi. Kira Gondak Silvia is a visual artist from Central Florida. Her art was defaced.
It really just is a lot like bringing your kid to a nursery and then the person in charge going and abusing your kid.
However, Sedicassi says the whole thing was pre-planned.
My calculation was if I could absorb enough hate on myself for the whole community to become famous, for eyeballs to finally be looking at the talent and the people that are here, I considered that worth it.
He says he has little to say to the artists that feel hurt.
My experience has taught me that my answers are not sufficient in this conversation because probably of the pain I've caused. And because I was deceptive, I don't, the trust in me, I understand, has diminished.
In a statement posted on Instagram, the Crest Contemporary said they were shocked at the destruction of artwork in their walls, and it, quote, directly opposes the organization's mission. Chris Young, WMNF News, Tampa.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.